Hi, Tracy. I'm delighted to be with you today and have you as a guest on this video because I really wanted to know more about what you're doing and how your journey has been as a blogger and as a writer. And so, welcome,
Well, thank
Tracy.
you
I'm
so
delighted
much,
to
Mary.
see you.
I'm honored. It's a pleasure to finally meet you face to face. I've been following you for a long time.
Now, I still have difficulties knowing whether to call you Tracy or T.O. because really people know you as T.O. Weller, don't they? Can you give
Yes.
me some background on that?
Yes, my name is actually Tracy Ormerod. That is my official legal name. And having been a single mother most of my life, that was the name that all my degrees are in. And as a teacher, I'm known as Tracy Ormerod, and the name on my checks is Tracy Ormerod. But I remarried around 2 years ago, and my husband's last name is Weller. And that is a much easier name for people to remember. Instead of them trying to remember how to spell Ormerod, they can just remember T.O. Weller. It just slips off the tongue. It's a great pen name. So I thought it would be a great way to combine my legal name with my married name.
Now, you shared something with me earlier, and maybe you can say it out loud. What does your husband call you?
He calls me Toe. He gets a real kick out of the way I've combined the two names. I'm Toe. All the time, I'm Toe. Yeah.
That's great. Now, Tracy, I'd like to take you back to the very beginning of when you first had the idea of starting a blog. Like, what made you start a blog? What gave you the idea, and what was it like starting a blog?
I was inspired by blogs like your own, like Right to Done, and there was a couple of others that I was following. And what captured my imagination was the idea of being able to put my writing out there, and I would be the publisher. I love the internet for giving us that ability to do that and not have someone sort of holding us back or trying to edit us or control whether our words are worthy or not. Because there's a whole question of what makes a words worthy or what makes a work worthy. So I was entranced by that, and I was reading your work for quite some time to get a feel for what was involved before I actually gave it a try. The blog that I have now, Never Too Late to Write, is actually my third blog. I tried 2 other times first, and I think that's a common story. If you talk to a lot of people that have been blogging, they've had 2, 3, or more that they've tried before they settle on the one that works.
And why do you think this particular one works? Tell us a little more about the blog that you have at the moment.
Okay, the blog that I have right now, it's the name, even the URL, the name came from my heart, Never Too Late to Write. One of the first posts that I wrote explains how I thought it was too late. And really, it is never too late to write. And I need to tell myself that, and I want to tell other people that. I want to help others to see that if they've always wanted to write, it is never too late. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can put your words out there. And if it's the technology that is intimidating to you, I will help you. I want to help. I'm a teacher at heart as well, and I have an IT background. So come on over. I will give you a hand. If you want to put your words out there, I want you to believe enough to give it a try, to put yourself out there.
Oh, that's great. Now, you said you're a teacher at heart. Weren't you also a teacher in real life, so to speak, before you started your blog?
Yes, I'm a certified high school English teacher, actually. Certifiable sometimes. Anyways. High school presented its challenges. But yes, I enjoy the teaching environment, the classroom environment. I'm actually also certified to teach online with the Canadian Ontario curriculum. So I have that online background combined with the teaching. But I did feel that my hands were tied in some ways, and there were some students, even at the high school level, that wanted to express their creativity, and the curriculum doesn't really give them that wiggle room. So I moved into tutoring more, and I was doing that privately for quite some time, helping students to express themselves through their words. I just love to do that for anyone of any age. Now we've moved north. I don't have the tutoring business. I'm hoping to start that up or to do something online with it.
And if you look at your life now, what's the difference? I mean, what has changed for you through making that decision to start a blog?
I am now writing every day. I wake up thinking about my writing. I go to sleep at night thinking about my writing. I read about my writing. I've always loved to write, and it's always been a dream, but now it's actually real, and it's in my own hands. I have that autonomy and that power to move it forward. It's not up to anyone else but me, and there's an empowerment in that, and I think more people need to realize how extraordinary that really is.
Now, of course, we know each other because you are also a member of the A-List Blogging Masterclass, the program that I started and that has brought out so many really good bloggers. Now, what role has that played for you, Tracy?
Well, the thing is, they talk about writing being a solitary activity, and it is to a certain extent, but without community, I think so many of us would flounder and fail. And it would just be simply for lack of anyone to understand, or even just to bend an ear every once in a while when you need to talk. And A-List blogging was where I headed first, because I was following Right to Done for so long and saw that little ad on the side, on the right side, and always wanted to do it and just didn't have the time or the room in my life. And when I finally did, it was the first thing that I did. The community's been fantastic. It's made all the difference. My first follower for my blog came from A-List blogging. To post some of your first posts in that community and to get the support, to get the encouragement, there's nothing like it. For someone beginning especially, yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. And Tracy, now, if you were to talk to somebody who is thinking about maybe starting a blog, what would you say to them?
I would say, on the positive side, I would tell them that it's going to strengthen their writing 100-fold. The discipline that's required, the practice that's required. I never thought that I could write very fast. My speed is picked up. My choice of words, my ability to respond by text that much more quickly. So it'll improve your writing. I can't even express how much it's helped me there. I would recommend strongly getting involved in a community right from the start. Even before you publish your first post, even before you choose your URL, get in there, talk with people that have the experience, someone to bounce your ideas off of, so that right from the beginning you're starting on the right foot. I think I wonder sometimes if I had joined A-List when I started my first blog, if I would never have gotten through first blog, second blog before I started my third blog. I might have figured it out beforehand. It will save a lot of time as well. Yeah,
that's lovely. But do you think it's a good idea for writers to start a blog?
I do, and just so that I don't want to just sort of say yes and sound like everything is wine and roses, because it's not. There are some people that would suggest that blogging is going to demand too much of a writer's time. If you want to write, simply write. And there are some people out there that will try to discourage people from blogging, especially now that you've got the ebooks through Kindle, and a lot of people are just jumping right in and doing the ebooks. I think there's still a benefit to blogging for the writer. There's that practice element. I'm working on a book right now, and the way I'm planning the book ties in with my blog, and I will be able to put my writing out there for the book in one singular draft form, not necessarily first draft, because I don't like putting anything out first draft. But that's the perfectionist that you have to work on. But anyway, I'll be putting work out there and getting response, getting feedback from my readers, seeing how people in the social media respond to it, how popular is it, what works, what doesn't. It's a ground through which we can practice our writing, bottom line, right? Instead of just working in a vacuum. It makes the whole difference.
Well, that's great advice. I really like that. And I'm so grateful that you've taken the time to actually talk with me and can explain what you're doing and show us what your life is like as a writer. And I'm looking forward to maybe talking with you again, doing an interview maybe in a year's time to see, well, what is the next step in your journey as a writer and blogger.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank you, Mary. It's been a pleasure.